have seen people be wonderful. It became more socially acceptable to treat others terribly. People are both absolutely wonderful and absolutely terrible. Enlightening. I should ask questions. I saw people picking people up, more wanting to talk and less wanting to listen. It's like people got extra passionate about hating people. 2020, man oh man. It is the end of the year, and as we usually do, we typically reflect on the year. It's no secret that 2020 has been a different type of year, but today I am feeling extra, extra something. Or maybe it's everybody else that's being extra and I'm just feeling some type of way about it. 2020 has been deep. It has been confusing. It has been enlightening. It's been a lot of things. It's been really bad for a lot of people. It's been really good for a lot of people. I mean, in reality, every year has a lot of good and a lot of bad, right? It's just all divvied up in different ways. But the one thing that I continued to be in 2020 is absolutely surprised by humans. I am a social psychology major. I'm getting my PhD in social psychology. My interest is studying the behavior of humans, and I have been almost daily either disappointed or delighted by the behavior that I see people engaging in. A lot of days it's a little bit of both, but there are certainly some days that I am mostly disappointed. I don't want to start with the bad though, so I'm going to start with the good and name off a few ways that I have seen people be wonderful, the few upsides of 2020. One of the things that I saw at the very beginning of the lockdown, the quarantining, all that fun, adventurous times back in March, April-ish. I am an obstacle course racer, and my Instagram mostly consists of other athletes, and I saw people picking people up, encouraging people. Every day was tags like, come on guys, let's not give up. Let's keep going. We don't have the gym today. Things are going to be better next month. Let's stick it out for now. Tagging each other in push-up challenges, pull-up challenges, encouraging each other to do virtual workouts, inviting each other to work out online. There was so much engagement. It was amazing. I mean, typically it's people tagging each other in race photos, saying like, oh, I had so much fun making memories with you. See you on the course next time. My sport, my community didn't let that stop. They found a way to keep it going. Of course, it eventually fizzled out. People were like, I'm doing push-ups. I don't need to tell you every day. That amazed me. I loved seeing that. I thought that was absolutely great. I was surprised by people and so happy to see that. I still see people encouraging each other. It's great. Another thing that I saw people doing was going above and beyond for people's birthdays. Like, more than usual, I feel like. I mean, in my little friend group, a lot of times we'll try to get together and do dinner or do something for birthdays, but people were so worried about people being sad to not be able to have these get-togethers. I felt like they were going above and beyond. People were arranging like Zoom dates with their friends and getting on and having online parties. Honestly, people were making more of an effort to be nice to people on special days than I feel like they would any regular year. People were extra concerned with making sure that special days stayed special for people. And I thought that was absolutely wonderful. And to kind of go along with that, like, I have a friend group of some friends I've known pretty much my whole life. And we would text here and there in a group text, but we got on Marco Polo, which is like a live video chat thing, but you don't have to view it live. Anyway, it's cool if you want to know what it is. Go download it. We became so close. Me and my friends, like, we've been close, but I mean, we really got in touch with each other. Like, we all have very different jobs, and like, we were checking in on each other daily. One of our friends is a nurse, and she had some, struggles when things first got really crazy, and we were able to support her. We were just able to be there. And I feel like we went out of our way to check in on each other. And we continue to do that now. And I don't think that that's going to fade away. So I think that is great. People just made an extra effort to like check in on each other and to make special days extra special. Another thing that I noticed people doing more often is encouraging mental health assistance. Like, I feel like online therapies became more popular and maybe more acceptable than in the past, and they were talked about more. So I feel like people who maybe needed some mental health support prior to all this craziness and who were afraid to seek it perhaps were more likely to seek it now because it was acceptable, because they didn't have to go out of their way, because they were like, oh, I've been seeing this advertised, it's all over the place, I can just get therapy online, let me check it out. So people, I feel like, were more okay with seeking help because seeking help became more socially acceptable, which I feel like increased people's overall mental health. Yes, I know there was a lot of people that had a lot of struggles as well and maybe didn't get the help that they needed, but I have seen some people get help, and I think it was an amazing thing to see the troubled times, like, be able to turn people around like that, to see people supporting each other and to see asking for help become more accepted. And I think it just made people really think about what they were doing with their time, like how to make the most of it, because I don't know, it's like kind of that you never know what's going to happen, so make the most of every day. Of course, that's not always the case, but I do feel like some people made an effort to live every day a little bit more meaningfully. So I definitely think that that is an upside. And I feel like I could go on and on. Like, there's obviously a lot of political things that happened over the last several months. I am a compassionate, loving, open-minded person, and I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of ideas, and I do with them what I feel needs to be done, but I'm never going to fight anybody on anything. I guess I shouldn't say never, but for the most part, I stay pretty to myself. I know what's important to me. I know my values. I know what I believe in, and I believe in giving back to other people and making the world a better place. And I know that I make an effort to do that every day, and that is my business. There's all this craziness, and you saw people, like, there's the fires in California. There, of course, was a lot of talk about inequality in our country. There was a lot of people lifting each other up. There were people going out of their way to make sure that people who needed the extra help and the extra support were getting it. People were doing amazing things every day. They were getting donations. They were starting nonprofits. They were beginning to form these new charities and try to make more opportunities for lots of people. They were offering their homes to people. So many great things were happening, and I do feel like those things happen a lot, but like, people just seemed more excited to help other people, which I think is amazing. So while I was surprised in good ways by people every day, I have also been disappointed. I've been so disappointed in people almost every day. I have seen people tear each other down. I've seen people judging each other. Again, these are things that happen all the time, but like, new level, like next level, tear each other down, hate each other with some new fierce type of passion every day. I've seen people go from trusting, respecting, and loving a family member, friend, or acquaintance to tearing them down, belittling them, unfriending them. It's like people got extra passionate about hating people. So while they got extra passionate about loving people, they also decided like that their hate had to be extra strong. And I love observing human behavior. I love seeing the good things that people can do, but gosh, have I been absolutely devastated by the bad things that people do. The extent to which people have judged each other, to which people have assumed things and stated things without asking questions, without offering advice, the way that people have battled each other. Lifelong friends have been separated by, yes, some serious matters, but people were more wanting to talk and less wanting to listen, and more concerned with being right and less concerned with whether or not maybe they were wrong, or simply understanding that there's not always right and wrong. People seemed less likely to meet in the middle and more likely to drive stakes between them and others. I have just been baffled. I have been hurt seeing what people have done to each other, seeing the hate that people have in their hearts, seeing the terrible things that people are capable of. Again, people do terrible things every day, but I feel like it became more socially acceptable to treat others terribly and to say bad things publicly. And that's almost, I don't know if that cancels out the good that everybody has done. I would say no. I would really like to say no, like these bad things don't cancel out these good things. I don't think they do, but it is just devastating to see the efforts that people have taken to make sure that the people that they think are wrong know that they think they're wrong. The efforts that people have taken to prove their point. And I'm all for people being passionate about the things that they believe in, and I'm all for people doing their part, and I'm all for people standing up for what they believe in, but I will never be for tearing other people down. I will never be for judging people and assuming things. Yes, we all judge. I'm not saying I've never judged. Of course I have. But I think that this year has made me think a lot more about judging. It has made me consider the way that my judgment of others can make them feel. It has made me consider the fact that my assumptions are not always right. That rather than assume things, I should ask questions. I love to know what other people are thinking and why they think them. I'm also willing to keep my mouth shut when I might tear somebody down just because their opinion is different from mine. I mean, I believe in standing up for what's right, and I believe in promoting equality and, you know, making sure that people are treating each other right, but I don't believe that condemning people for being what it is considered wrong to me. I really have been heartbroken. I've been, you know, I'm not necessarily the spotlight of a lot of these arguments just because I do keep to myself for the most part, but I'm watching every day. I feel like I've done a lot more observing maybe than other people. In the beginning of all this, I spent way too much time reading comments on like news broadcasts and public news posts and shaking my head and sometimes being like, yes, you go, you speak up. I don't have kids. I haven't had a lot of the struggles that parents have had, but I have teacher friends. I have parent friends. I have friends from all backgrounds with all complications. I feel like I've really seen people from all points of view struggling. I'm not saying that I have or haven't struggled. I'm not saying people taking their struggles out on people makes them bad people. It just makes them fascinating to me. Maybe that's the word. I'm fascinated by people's willingness to lift some people up so high but break people down so quickly at the same time. I mean, people will always be acting the way they're gonna act. People will always be doing extreme highs and extreme lows. People will always be standing up for what they believe in and tearing other people down when their beliefs don't match. And people will always be people. So 2020 has been something. It has been extra. It has been extra great and has been extra bad. I feel like I've learned a lot. I've grown as a person. I've seen other people grow. I don't know in the ways that they've grown, if that's good or bad. But anyway, I just felt like I needed to put things out there. I felt like I would want to look back on this and realize the way that I felt at the end of 2020 and the things that I noticed. Of course, there's way more detail into the things that I've noticed than I'm just saying on here, but like the general overview is that people are both absolutely wonderful and absolutely terrible. I want to say do better people, be better people, but like just, I guess, be yourself and hope that in being yourself, you don't tear somebody else down, that you don't make other people feel guilty for living the life they want in the way that they choose to. And, you know, even in saying some of these words right now, I'm pausing because I'm like a little bit conflicted. I've been angry at people for things. I've been angry at people for not following certain regulations. I've been angry at people for not taking precautions. But I was judging. Like, yes, there's the right and wrong according to the law and the health experts, but there's also the right and wrong according to each individual's soul, their spirit, what they need. And you don't know what somebody else needs. You don't know what somebody else has been through. You don't know what somebody has or hasn't experienced or does not need. And I think at the end of the day, we can only just trust that every person is doing the best that they can and doing what they need for themselves. And if what you're doing, like if what you're saying and what you're spitting out there, if it's not going to help somebody, if it's only going to tear people down and it's not going to necessarily help you, then maybe, I don't know, maybe you just keep it to yourself. maybe you don't. You won't. Like, if you're one of those people, you won't. But, like, I wish that more people would think about, like, okay, well, saying this or doing this make a positive impact on my own life. Is me calling this person out going to make my day better? Is it going to make me better as a person? Is it going to improve who I am and what, I stand for? And for you, the answer might be yes. I might decide, like, okay, me doing this one thing, yeah, it's not worth it. I'm not going to benefit enough. You might feel like, yeah, saying this one thing, making this one comment to this person, putting this one idea out in the universe, yeah, that's going to make my day better. That's going to improve my life and the lives of those around me. And if that's your answer, then you do it. You do what you need to do. But for me, I don't know. I'm going to keep watching and keep learning, because I feel like right now that's all we can do. We can watch other people and we can learn from other people, and we can take the things that we see and the things that we learn and use those things to better ourselves and better the people around us if we choose to do so. So anyway, that's a wrap 2020. I'm not going to be torn down these last few weeks of this year. And I am so ready to hopefully start a new chapter. Whatever everybody's saying, like, oh, 2021 is suddenly going to be better. You know what I hope it is? I hope it's better because we all believe it's going to be better. I hope we wake up on January 1st, 2021, and everybody says, yes, this year is better. It's a new year. Are all the problems in the world going to be solved? Probably not, but I hope everybody's attitude changes, and I hope that their behavior changes, and that they're ready to make this year better. That's all we can do. All we can do as people is make an effort to be better and to share happiness and spread happiness and encourage others around us to do the same. And I hope that 2021 is a better year. I hope it starts better on the first day of the year, because I choose to be better and you choose to be better, and we choose to encourage the people around us to be better. Here's to 2021. Let's get it, guys. Bye.